What's going on, everybody? It's McFly here. So today we are going to be watching episode 7 of She-Hulk. I don't really have a lot to say leading into this. I think the only thing I'm really excited about at this point is Daredevil. From what I've seen, he's still not in this episode. I think I'm going to end up being right in that he's not going to be in it until the very, very last episode. But yeah, I'm excited to get into the show just to see where they're going to go. There's people theorizing on the internet that while it seems right now that nothing kind of intertwines with each other, that all these little things are going to end up being part of one big scheme. So we'll see. I just think that this is one of those just fun shows to watch and have a good time, and then once it's over type of thing. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. It helps out the channel a lot. I will be creating a Patreon pretty quick here. I appreciate all of the love and support you guys have been showing me, so I'm going to be creating a Patreon here pretty quickly where you can see full-length reactions. Unfortunately, YouTube only lets you put a certain amount of picture-in-picture, so but anyways, without further ado, let's get into the episode.
Previously on She-Hulk, the man you see before you.
Talking about Emil Blonsky, so I'm assuming he's going to have something to do in this episode. I'm really hoping that Josh is actually like somebody that's into her and not somebody that's like part of intelligentsia or part of the group that's trying to get her blood. But we'll see. Jen can never be happy, so I'm not getting my hopes up. You know how excited I'm going to be when they finally show Deadpool on this Marvel Studios logo at the beginning? It's like one of the ones I've been waiting for him to get into the MCU for the longest. Oh, look, it's Josh. It's a nice little Spotify ad right there that they showed. She's happy. Josh got her happy. You going on a date with Joshy Josh? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he is a pretty good looking dude. What a gentleman. Hey, fries and milkshake, low-key, delicious. My wife put it on it, and I thought it was disgusting when I heard about it, but it's delicious. That salty sweet, so good. Why are you playing hard to get? A drive-in. I miss drive-ins. Oh, they're gonna get it on. What happens if she, like, turns into the Hulk while they're doing it? If he leaves. If he's gone. Some bullshit. Please be there, please be there, please. Oh my god. I'm sorry, we can't see each other anymore. I like the purple suit. Is he waiting the 3 days? You know, the 3 days after you do it the first time you playing that game? Miss Piggy, where's Kermit? You're torturing yourself, Jen. Think of something else to do. I've been there, but think of something else to do.
We got a malfunction alert on Blonsky's inhibitor.
Why does this guy look familiar?
We don't have the resources for a squad of uniforms to go with me, so I was hoping...
She-Hulk could go.
I figure my chances of staying out of the ICU would be much greater if I had a Hulk there with me.
I will see you there.
Oh, that's great. This whole place is full of weirdos, and I don't want...
I mean, at least he was nice about it. You can crash. The Hansons. He's telling you to wait. You're not listening.
Maybe put on your green suit.
Put on my green suit.
Yeah, get big, jolly green yourself. I don't know what you call it.
Hulking out.
Jolly green suit.
So, stay away from the electric fence, maybe? Then I won't have to make any more scary trips up here. Not that I don't like coming up here.
No,
I just...
He's so scared.
Wasted half a Sunday on this expedition, so I'm gonna get moving.
What the hell?
Hey!
Like barely threw her.
I apologize to your Prius if that'll make you feel better. Taught me a lot about taking responsibility for my anger. Man Bowl. It was a weird lab experiment. Don't ask.
And I am
Man ball.
El Águila. And before you make assumptions, no, I am not a matador. That would make the two of us fighting pretty cliche, no?
Life presents a teacher when there's a lesson to be learned, Jen. Totally knackered Prius Prime as your teacher.
That was nothing. You just said nothing in response to a very straightforward question.
I mean, she has a point.
My name is Man Bull, not Mechanical Bull. Woo.
Wow. How long have you been waiting to say that?
Yeah, that felt very forced.
You know what I'm thinking is that people trying to get to her kidnap Josh. I really just don't want him to be like, have malintentions. She just deserves to be happy.
So what do you say?
Is Shrek in there?
Be around if you need me.
He just wanted a friend. Can't you just like turn into Jen and then like just jump out of there? Right? That's what Hulk does.
Oh, hell yes.
Jen. This is Porcupine. He's a porcupine. And Saracen thinks he's a vampire.
Wow, this is quite a group.
You're welcome to join.
I'll pass.
You drive yourself insane, Jen.
Sorry I'm late. I lost track of time in the yurt.
No way.
Jen, please.
Really needed it though. I was hurting for a yurt.
That guy's here? You probably don't even remember who he is.
I don't.
Previously on this guy.
I have no idea. Oh, it's that guy.
Oh, hey.
This asshole and his friends attacked me behind my apartment.
Darling, I'm gonna need you to sit in the calming chair right now. Right now.
So I realized real strength comes from facing yourself in the mirror and saying, hey, man, I'm gonna work on me. Rolling up on you like we were some supervillains or something.
Oh, you attacked a woman 4-1. You absolutely were super villains.
I hear you, Jen, and I take radical accountability for my actions, and I'm very, very sorry.
Jennifer clearly has some stuff going on, and she'd rather
Therapist Blonsky.
You are glued to that thing.
3 nights ago when we
Made love.
first off, ew. Getting a little worried, just want to know you're okay. Blushing smile emoji.
Little insight into my life. She has to be a Gemini because this is how I am. I overanalyze everything. Anyways, that hit me in the feels. That's all.
He liked Jen. He specifically didn't ask about She-Hulk. Everyone pays attention when I'm this. Like, my colleagues, my boss. It feels like cheating. Would they like me if I didn't have all of this?
But you are also the She-Hulk.
I meet this guy who actually likes Jen, and that just felt good to know that. He ghosts me, and it sucks.
All right, screw this guy. Where does he live?
Let's kill him. That's right. He's got to die.
Whoa, big man.
Maybe this Josh thing hurt so much because you haven't been spending enough time with Jen.
And that's a shame. Because I bet Jen is pretty damn great.
Yeah.
And tasty.
I feel like this is a ploy to get her to go back in her Gen form so that they can actually get her blood. That's how I feel.
Good job. I gotta say, that felt really good.
The Matador, whatever, has a electric sword, which means he could have messed up his ankle bracelet.
It smells like a fart.
Too much.
Smells like a fart.
Delete it.
Okay.
Good job.
Yeah, despite those platitudes, I am happy that I stuck around.
Feel free to come again.
There you go. Who knew Emil Blonsky would help her accept her She-Hulk more 3 days earlier? See? Told y'all, he got kidnapped. He got kidnapped and they got her blood. So annoying. So frustrating. It's crazy because right before that scene, I was saying in my head how I have mixed feelings about this episode, but I'm a big believer in character development, and I feel like this was a major one for Jen. In that sense, she's starting now to accept Jen and She-Hulk together. So I do like that aspect. I think there was a lot in this episode that really didn't need to be put into it. There was a lot of like her walking around, her like when she was trying to find the service and stuff. I feel like that didn't need to be in this. I just feel like some of these episodes go in and out of having a flow. I don't think this was the worst episode. I don't think it was the best episode. Like I said, I really did like that they did the character development portion of it. But I don't like what they've done with Blonsky. I don't like that everything's kind of like, I know it's a comedy, I get it, but everything is kind of a joke. And let's be real, I'm very upset that Josh is not like somebody who's actually into her. And I saw it coming a mile away that he was like somebody trying to, with malintent, because no, literally, I'm not gonna say literally, 90% of the male figures and male characters in this show are, actually, to be honest, 90% of the characters in this show are shit. Even some of the women are shit. So people getting mad about the feminism and sexism towards men, it's every single person in the show. They're peopleists. They don't like people in the show. No end credit scene. All right, we just finished watching episode 7 of She-Hulk show. I think I've come to terms with what this show is. It's just like I said earlier, it's a fun ride. I don't expect it all to make a lot of sense. I don't expect all of it to follow kind of the physics, the Marvel Phoenix MCU physics of the characters. Like her being stuck at Blonsky's place when she could just jump around like Hulk does and jump out of there and get to where she needs to get to and then come back when the tow truck's there. Like that, I get that the whole point of this episode was for her to basically have that therapy session. But I think this show is just like it's a fun ride. It's not supposed to make a lot of sense. It's just a look into the She-Hulk character and they're just finding funny ways for her to have a character arc. So I understand what the show is about. I just wish it was different. I think a lot of us feel that they wish it was different. They wish, while a lot of her character traits are close to the comics, I think a lot of her trials and tribulations are not close to the comics. Besides her having to deal with being She-Hulk and her trying to accept being She-Hulk, there's really not still any issues that she's having to deal with. I mean, yes, she had the new job but that again had to do with her trying to deal with being She-Hulk. So aside from, what Josh is part of and somebody trying to get her blood, I really don't think that there's really been anything that she's had to go through. So, we've had 6 episodes essentially of just a lot of fluff, a lot of funniness, and a lot of like the courtroom stuff. And then now we have 1 episode where it's really diving into her dealing with She-Hulk. I feel like that should have been spread out through the whole series. And while it was kind of a little bit, it wasn't really focused enough, in my opinion. I just, like I said, I wish there was more to it. I wish that the show went in a different direction. But I now, 6 episodes in, obviously understand what the show is about. I understand what it was in episode 4, but I watched the show today. I think this was much better than the last episode. I think the last episode bored a lot of people. I think this episode had a lot of boring parts, but I think seeing her deal with, like I said, her dealing with her 2 personalities per se is interesting. I do think that part of it is interesting. I'm still not sold yet on Blonsky. I think that whole thing was a ploy for something, but we'll find out. So yeah, I'm curious to see the next couple episodes. Obviously, 100% chance that Daredevil's in one of the next 2 episodes. We'll see about that. That's kind of what I'm looking for at this point. If it wasn't for knowing that Daredevil was going to be in this and that I've already got 6 episodes in, I probably wouldn't want to finish this show. I'd find a way to watch highlights or something just or read a synopsis of the show just so I can see how it has an overall bearing on the MCU and her character. But I do think that Tatiana Maslany keeps me engaged enough to where I want to keep watching the episodes. But the last thing I want to say is with this show is I really did think that episode 5 was it episode 5? I think it was episode 5. They really found their groove with that, and then they've totally switched gears these last 2 episodes. And I think that's one of the issues I have with this show is that they find a tone that works, or they'll have a tone in an episode and the next episode will be a completely different tone. And the next episode will be a completely different tone. It's just, they need to it can be a different tone, but you need to build off of each episode. And I feel like they made this show and they had all of the episodes kind of jumbled through, right? I believe episode 5 and episode 1 were supposed to be together and episode 1 was supposed to be episode 4. So like there's a bunch of juxtaposition of these episodes, and I think it's what's causing a lot of dysfunction in the show. It is what it is. The show is what it is. I did enjoy this episode for what it was. Like I said, I don't think it was the worst episode. I'd give this a 6 out of 10. I think that's fair. It's a little bit above average. It's not great. It's not horrible. I know there's going to be people that hated it. I saw that it already had a 5 out of 10. I just think people are tired of her dealing with her problems and dating and all that stuff. But like I said, I kind of related to how she was acting with Josh. I'm a Gemini, so I'm very like emotional. I'm very over analytic and stuff like that. So that resonated with me a little bit. So I think maybe that's why I'm a little bit biased towards the episode, but it was a fine episode. I watched the show. It was enjoyable. I'm excited to see when Daredevil comes in. So again, please make sure that you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Leave a message in the comments for me, kind of what you thought of this episode, what you've thought about the show overall, and kind of how you want to see Daredevil be implemented into this. I appreciate all of you guys so much for sticking with me through all of my videos and watching these with me. And please do remember that good vibes are contagious.